Hey everyone, Jason Cotta here, fishing manager for the Orvis store over in Bellevue. Today I'm at Blackfoot Outfitters, our Orvis endorsed outfitter and shop here in beautiful Missoula, Montana. I'm standing here with John Herzer, owner of Blackfoot. John, why don't you tell me a little bit about how long you guys have been guiding here in western Montana?
You bet. We have a lot of people that come fishing here from Seattle, so I know a lot of folks that you'll have coming through your store. So we've been here for I think this is my 23rd or 24th year for guiding in Missoula. And we did guiding for other other fly shops for a few years. We have a store in Phillipsburg. It's 8 years running now. But this shop, this will be the 3rd year starting in April.
Cool, that's
yeah,
awesome.
Just for the brick and mortar store here.
Okay, cool. What are some of the different rivers that you guys guide on over here?
Well, our meat and potato kind of rivers would include, of course, Rock Creek, Blackfoot, Bitterroot, Clark Fork. Missoula is such a great place because we have 400 miles of floatable, fishable rivers within about an hour and a half drive. So it's pretty awesome. And then for those who want to jump over and do the Missouri, we can do that in a day, a day as well. It's a little further. It takes us about 2 hours to get to the Missouri to put in. I could be leaving the shop here and be putting in my boat in less than 2 hours on the Missouri. So it's pretty sweet. And we're about the same distance from the Big Hole.
Right on.
So if you add a 2-hour drive, if you're talking hundreds
opens
more
up even more water.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. That
but
doesn't sound terrible.
Our basic stuff is that stuff that's real popular, and Rock Creek, Blackfoot, Bitterroot. Those are all minutes away. Rock Creek is 20 minutes away. Is the furthest distance. You can drive within an hour to those upper reaches of those things, but you can hit all of them within 20 minutes.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. So we're coming up on March now. It's snowing outside now, but it looks like it's going to be clearing off real soon. What can anglers coming over expect to find here in March?
Well, last year was I thought it was a little tough because we had a lot of low snow. Snowpack is really critical for your spring fishing, and it's not necessarily the ultimate snowpack. We're sitting about 90%, depending on the different drainage that you're talking about, but it averages about 90% in the region. But low snowpack is what affects March fishing. So that's snow on the ground under 5,000 feet. And this year, it hasn't been that much. Right? Our good snowpack, the stuff that matters through the years, is good. But the low volume is low, which is great for spring fishing because then if you get to some of those mid-60-degree days, the end of March or something, then it can blow the river out. And that's what happened last year. It was really yo-yoing around. This year, that doesn't seem to be the case. I would anticipate really good fishing. Our bookings are good for March and April, and that's pre-spawn kind of stuff too. So people come over here, they ought to consider coming before about the 20th of April because two things happen. One, the days do get warm and they'll start pulling some of that low snow out that's left. And also those fish, the rainbows and cutthroats, those big ones, the ones that we're trying to target, those are actually going to be in the tributary spawning by about the 3rd or 4th week in April. So actually, you want to be here. March is great. Last week of March is about as good as it gets on in through the 3rd week of April.
Fantastic.
It should be good.
What kind of hatches and stuff are we looking at? What types of flies should folks be picking up here at the shop?
Obviously, just like on your Yakima or something like that, the squala stonefly hatch is huge. And here, 10 years ago, I would be doing this same interview, and I would say, nobody's here. It's awesome. You got to come fishing. That's not the case anymore. A lot of it's not a secret. But especially for people who can come over during the week, it's not bad at all. And it's all relative. I mean, if we see 5, 6 boats on a stretch, I'm a little disappointed. Usually, I can just pull up stakes and go to another put-in. But the squala stones are very popular, and then with that becomes the Nemoras, Lutridae, Capnias, which really to me mean little brown stones, little black stones. There's multiple stoneflies that hatch that time of year, and then starting in April a little bit more, you're going to see more blooming olive mayflies. You're going to see March browns starting to come out, and also even some amylitas. They're a big gray mayfly. For the patterns for squalas, typically, the last few years we've been using smaller is better. All right, we use same thing, bullet heads, low profile, just like you use on the Yakima, kind of those things that sit low. It's cold water, right? So they're not fluttering around. They're sitting really low in the water, and just their feet are moving on the surface. They look like a stick. So you want it, but just a little smaller. Even though the bugs might be almost a size 8, we typically use 12s and 10s. That seems to be the best.
Good tip.
And then also you can use smaller ones even yet, like 14s, and then you kind of cross over to the little Nemoras and Lutridae. Lutridae is a little needle stone, very skinny and real small, and those, I think it maybe transfers for squalas and the Nemoras.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So if we have some folks coming over, how do they look you up? How do they book a trip with you guys?
Yeah, they can check us on the web, blackfootriver.com. Pretty simple. They can call over here at the shop. You look it up on the net. You can get our phone information. We're here every day, and starting in March, we'll also do these video fishing reports. My wife and I do, so they can look that up too at our website, and go to the Missoula Fishing Report, and we'll update those about every week. Every 10 days in the spring. As things change, we start doing them more and more often. And they're kind of funny and they're interesting. And we're on the river every day. I'll be guiding here in probably in 2 weeks, and I'll be on the river virtually every day for 2 months.
Outstanding.
Yeah, so we have great staff. You can call anytime and ask them. And, everybody, if they're not working here, they're usually on the water.
Cool.
Yeah. Heck
yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today. I'm ready to go fishing,
go fishing.
I'm going to go hit it up, but we'll see y'all in the shop. See you on the water.
Thanks.